today we are going to be going through Where Darkness Dwells. This is my newest mod, and it is a quest mod. It's a quest mod with a little bit of a difference by the fact that, you know, you are following a quest line to an essence. Obviously there's a whole backstory to it, you discover all the story and stuff like this, except your compass, you know, won't tell you where to go. You don't get any, like, anything from here. You know, it doesn't add a thing on here or in the miscellaneous. So you don't get quest markers, you don't get map markers, you're not told where to go by the game. You have to read what information you can find, as said in the description, in either journals or notes or anything like that, to discover where you have to go. So it's almost like it's old school questing, like from Morrowind kind of time, where they will tell you where you need to go, but you didn't get like a map marker. You didn't get a compass point telling you where you needed to go. So it's kind of old school style. So, but I have said in the description where you need to go first, technically. So this is where we're going to go first. So the first place you will need to go to, or come to at least, is Jorvaska. Here we are. So on the table outside Jorvaska, just laying here, you will see Request for Help and Key to Starburn Heights. So we're going to take the key and we're going to read Request for Help, because this will tell you where you need to go next. My name is Willow of Warrand from Markarth, and I request your help to find my family. I request your help as the city guards were not held due to the Civil War. I can reward you efforts upon any information that you discover and pass to me. A higher reward will be earned upon my family's return. Unfortunately, I cannot give you that much information, as their leaving has been secretive due to reasons unknown. The only thing I have been told is by an informant to look in a safe place. I hope to hear from you soon. Enclosed with this letter is a key to my family home, Starburn Heights. The family home is located built into the mountainside near the Understone Keep. Willow Warrand. Right, so Willow's family seems to have disappeared, and we don't know why. She doesn't know why. Then anybody knows why they disappeared. But that's your job. Your job is to investigate. So we will need to go now to the city of Markarth. Alright, so here we are. This is Understone Keep. So to find Starburn Heights, easiest way is obviously just come to Understone Keep, go to your right from the entrance, go up along the path here, and you'll know it's Starburn Heights because you will have two statues of the Beller on the archway here. There we are. See, you can't get in here without the key, so that's why you need to go to Jorvaska first. Right, so let's go into Starburn Heights. And here we are. Starburn Heights. So this is obviously the Warrand family home. Now you will be able to you can use this as a player home as well. So it's not just built in to be a home that can't be used. It does have a use by the fact that you can use it as a play home straight from the get-go, technically. So now we need to find, here we are with Willow. Unfortunately, they still have the face glitch issue with some of the people that will appear in this mod. Again, that's a problem. That's a bit of a hard thing to fix, especially for PS4. But as I said in the description, put a helmet on it. Sorted. Now we don't actually need to speak to Willow. You can speak to Willow.
Need something?
And you can get her to become a follower. She can follow you around. She is a full-fledged follower, but she is also marryable, so you can marry her if you wanted to. Now, I'm not going to get her to follow me on this, because
All right then.
fortunately I got Serana following me, and I'm at a point in the Dawn Guard quest where I can't send her away, so I'm kind of stuck with Serana. But Willow can follow you and do all the same stuff as a follower. And again, she is also marriable if you want to, but again, you don't necessarily have to. But there you go, she has pink hair and purple eyes. So there you go, a bit more of a unique looking person. So let's have a look around Starburn Heights, see what there is, see what books there are, see what notes there are, see what... Is there anything here that can give us a clue to where we need to go? So we've got the kitchen. Don't think there's going to be any clues in the kitchen, but you can always have a look in the kitchen anyway. Nothing in the kitchen. But again, since this can be utilised as a player home, if you go in here, you have your alchemy lab here, you got your cooking spit, and you got your oven. If you wish to utilise this as a player home. Now, what we got over here? What we got in here? We got the Walls of Oblivion. But ooh, my diary, and you need to return home. Alright, so let's see what intel we can gather from these. Now, some of the journals will get a bit long, so this video may be a little bit longer than what my videos have been lately. But this is a full-on investigation. So you will learn what I learned, see what I see. Willow, I don't know if you remember me, as I know you've been at the College of Winterhold, but you need to return home when you can. I can't go into much detail as to why, by request of your father, but your family have had to leave the city because they are at risk. I can fill you in with a bit more detail when you return, when you get back to Markarth. Wait for me at the Silver Blood Inn, and I'll buy you a drink and let you know what I know. Tacitus. Right, so obviously seems to be that her father was the one who instigated leaving, and due to reasons unknown at the moment, Willow's father could not contact Willow, so he had to use a outside asset, in this case a man named Tacitus. Alright, so is there anything in Willow's diary? Because we can only assume that this is Willow's diary. Last week was my 16th birthday, and I had a really nice day. One of the things my mother got me was this journal to use as a diary. She knows that I have hard time dealing with my anxiety, and has said that if it's something that I find hard to talk about, then I should write my thoughts down instead. But today has been a special day, as my mother gave birth today, so now I have a little sister. My mother and father haven't decided on a name yet, but I may mention to them why not name her after a flower, since I'm named after a tree. Myself, I was thinking of the name Rose, or maybe Daisy. Okay, so we can assume that this is Willow's diary. I got to hold my sister in my arms for the first time today. She's so adorable. My parents even liked my idea for her name, so they have decided to call her Daisy. She may have only been in this world for a couple of days now, but I already love my sister so much. The woman at the temple helped my mother a lot the past few days, especially since she is the temple's healer. Okay, so obviously Willow's mother was a temple healer, primarily working at the Temple of Debella, which is in the city of Markarth. I'm feeling a little upset today. I'm doing my best to overcome my anxieties, but it's really hard, and the more I push, the more it pushes back. It doesn't help that the other people my age in the city ignore me or just look at me like I'm the silent awkward one. The only one who seems to be different to the others is Tacitus, and even though we don't talk to each other a lot, I do feel it's easier to talk to him than the others. I don't know why this is though. Maybe it's because he's a bit like me. My father gave me a letter today. He said that it was most likely slipped under the door, but it had my name on it. It seemed to be some kind of love poem. Or maybe someone was wanting to let me know how they felt but couldn't tell me in person. I just don't know if it's actually something with meaning or if it was someone just messing around with me. All I know is that if it does have meaning, then it was written by someone who either finds it hard to express themselves or doesn't know how to flatter a woman. Personally though, I think it's just someone just picking on me because why would anyone like me in that way? I mean, I ain't anything special. Okay, so obviously Willow is obviously someone who's obviously dealing with anxiety, self-doubt, and or at least at this point in her life. So obviously this is obviously from her past. So she may be someone who's a little bit different now, but back in her past, she was someone who doubted herself, had anxieties, maybe even go into social anxieties about herself, or about her image, about the way that she was, the person who she was. My father took us all on another family camping trip to the pine forest of Falkreath. We got back home earlier today. He's been taking all of us on these trips quite a bit lately. I don't mind though, as the quietness of the forest makes me feel more at ease than the loudness of the city. I just wish it didn't take as long to get to the place where we camped though. I do ask him why not camp somewhere a little closer, but he just says that there's something about Evergreen Grove that just seems to be the right spot. I know that Daisy enjoyed the camping out. Now that she's 5 months old, she's been doing all of her baby babble now, and she tried to grab every butterfly that we came across. Okay, so that's something we may want to intake Evergreen Grove. It's been a little while since I last wrote in here, but my mother has gotten me to help her with setting up the Citralia tree today. Ready for the festival as she does what she can to keep up with threatened traditions. She also got me to put mistletoe above the front door. Then there was a knock on the door and it was the most awkward time too. Obviously, since I was the nearest the door, I was the one who opened the door, and it was Tacitus. He said that he was just coming around because he was dropping some decorations off, and obviously I took the decorations, but when I turned around, my mother coughed at me and pointed at the mistletoe. Now don't get me wrong, Tacitus is a nice guy and everything, but there was no way I would kiss him under the mistletoe. I mean, what if he didn't want to either? Or what if he didn't like it? Okay, so obviously she still, maybe at this point in her life, still has some slight self-doubts about herself. Again, anxieties and everything that comes along with that kind of stuff. Also, her mother seemed to be a person of pride and respected Breton traditions. And obviously, Tacitus seems to be someone who keeps hanging around a little bit. But my mother is someone who is very respectful of tradition, and she gave me that look. You know, that kind of look. It was the kind of look that had the stare that she would end your world 1,000 times over unless she did what she said. So now, seeming like that I had no choice, I turned back round so I could turn my cheek so Tacitus could give me a kiss on the cheek. Before I could though, Tacitus kissed me on the lips, said sorry and left in a hurry. I didn't know how to feel. Didn't know if I wanted to run after him and slap him one, or I don't know. Either way, when I turned back round, my mother embarrassed me by telling me I was blushing. I wasn't blushing, was I? Alright, so it's not to say that these, maybe Willow and Tacitus have a history, or that there's something going on between them, but maybe at this point in her life when they were still young. You know, they were still young and they were still yet to feel maybe not so much love, but something more of a deeper meaning than maybe just friendship. Maybe. There's always a possibility, but maybe not. Well, after some thought and speaking to my mother and father, I will be leaving soon to go to join the College of Winterhold. I will be learning more in the school of restoration, alchemy, enchanting, and possibly a little destruction. It will be hard to leave my family, especially Daisy, as she will be 1 year old soon. My anxieties aren't helping either, but it's a hurdle I must overcome no matter how hard the road to the final destination will be. Right, so it definitely seems to be that Willow was attending the College of Winterhold up until this point. So obviously this is obviously a diary from the past. This isn't obviously anything. This isn't a modern day diary. So we can only guess that this diary was from maybe like something like 18 years ago. Maybe it depends on how old Daisy is at this point. But we're gonna say probably due to where she is now and looks now. I don't know. We could say probably a good 18 years, give or take a couple of years. But so we got one idea. We got one possible clue there. This Evergreen Grove. But let's have a look around. Right, okay, so we got Markov stuff to do with Markov guard. So obviously Willow's mother worked in the Temple de Bella, so obviously the Markov stuff must be to do with Willow's father. We haven't heard the name yet. Alright, so going here. So we've got a bunch of rooms in here. Alright, so we're gone here. We have. Okay, so we've got definitely got a bedroom. And counting the scrolls, so this could be Willow's bedroom, it could be Daisy's bedroom. We don't know yet. But we do have two unique newish items in here. We have the Black Mage Hood and dress. So now, in a way to these new items, whether they will work on a male character, I'm not 100% sure. I don't think I set them up to work on a male character. So let's have a look at first at the Black Mage Hood. Alright. So this seems like a normal kind of mage hood, just a bit more blacker and darker. But it increases your magic by 20 points. So yeah, not too shabby. And then we got dress. So obviously the dress is just like a normal piece of clothing, but it's just blackened. So it's in a darker colour. Alright. So let's take off this mage hood here, so I don't need it. Alright. So we can guess that this is definitely either Willow's or Daisy's room. Alright. We've got in here. Got another bedroom. And we got a silken dress. Okay. So we got another dress. Another new unique item for this mod. So silken dress. Yeah, it doesn't weigh anything. There's no value to it, and there's no armor rating. But alteration spells cost 10% less, conjuration spells are the same, destruction spells are the same, illusion spells are the same, and restoration spells are the same. So it basically makes all these scores of magic cost 10% less. And here we are, the silken dress. Alright. I don't necessarily need any went up, so we're gonna go off that. Alright, so what else we got in here? Anything else in here that could lead us to a clue, that can lead us to where her family may have gone? Nothing here. Looks like a dressing table of some kind. Some more wardrobes. Anything up above here? Ooh, there's a note. Okay, so this is to Willow. So this is obviously Willow's room. And we have a terrible, terrible poem. Roses are red, violets are blue. You're stuck in my head. I think I like you. Oh, that is so bad. But we have initial TS. Technically that could be anyone, but I think we all know who this was written by. Alright, so this is obviously Willow's room. I'm gonna say most likely it comes in that letter said to Willow, and then we got Daisy's room. Alright, so but there was nothing in there indicating to where Willow's family have gone. Alright, so what I got down here, Andy? No, obviously not here. Okay, so we have the smithing area. So what is like where you can put up some armor, put up some weapons, make all these new creations, you know, armor improvements and stuff like that, and obviously just some basic storage. Alright, but doesn't look like there's going to be anything there. But we still have the other clue. Alright, I'll say the clue, it's a subtle clue, because you see the quotation marks. It talks about a safe place. Alright, so I don't think it's any of those safes down there, because I don't think it'd be there. It would be in any of them. Alright, so we've got a safe here. So we'll have a look at that in a second. Just to see if there's anything else here. The old ways, another dressing table, display case, obviously this is obviously Willow's parents' room. Just some fancy clothing. So here, so we got this safe. We have Krovik's safe. So we can only assume that this is Willow's father, Krovik, and this is his safe. So, but it's locked, and we don't have a key to unlock it. So we have to unlock it ourselves. Oh joy! All right. Nope, not there. Nope. Nope. Aha. There we go. Right. There's all helmets, our fist. Aha! For Willow, we have this book. Alright. Alright. Oh, hi. Right in my face. Alright, so let's have a look. So we need to now read this journal. For Willow. I know this journal was hard to find, but I hope that you found someone, or Tacitus was able to help you with the safe. Obviously that didn't work out. I know that you're wanting to know what's going on and why we have had to leave Markov. Due to the Civil War and the Empire having control of the city, which has brought the Falmer to the city, families like ours are now subject to religious persecution. To keep your mother and sister safe, we have fled the city and are now in hiding in the pine forest of Falkreath. Okay, so we now know they have run off to Falkreath. Problem is, we don't know where in Falkreath. I know you're probably also wondering why I haven't contacted you directly. I unfortunately can't risk the family by sending out letters, as there is a chance that they may be checked by the Falmer, or have our current location revealed by couriers, as some of them are in the Falmer's pocket. This is why I've had to lock this journal away in the safe in case the Falmer or city guards search the house, and have requested Tacitus to contact you. Alright, so that's the reason why Tacitus is involved in this, as he is seen with less suspicion, as he works as the local blacksmith apprentice, which is working with the Empire. So he's using basically, Tacitus is basically kind of a bit like a mole kind of thing. So Krovik is using Tacitus because Tacitus is in line with the Empire, but also Tacitus also respects the Warren family. Can you remember where I used to take you and the family camping when you were younger? Near Evergreen Grove, so there's that name again, in Falkreath Hold. When you arrive, we can talk about what's going on and what our plan is. Most likely, we will try and make our way to Hammerfell and possibly back to High Rock. But we need to find out what the political situation in High Rock is at this current time. So obviously, we can only guess that maybe they lived in High Rock at some point, but then they left High Rock, came to Skyrim, but now Skyrim isn't safe for them, so it looks like they're going to go back. But they don't know what the political climate of High Rock is, but Hammerfell, they know what it's like in Hammerfell right now, so Hammerfell is their best destination to go to. If you wish to stay in Skyrim to continue at the college, we will understand, but we can talk about this when you find us. Either way, we hope to see you soon, because we are also worried about you. Love, Dad, Mum, and Daisy. So Evergreen Grove, that name has come up again. So obviously they've gone if not obviously directly to Evergreen Grove, they've gone to somewhere near Evergreen Grove, which is in Falkreath. Alright, so the easiest way to explain to get to Evergreen Grove is if you come to these roadside ruins, and you can see on the compass over there, mark off just a little bit to the east. And as you can see, there's this tree symbol on my compass. That itself is Evergreen Grove. But you can see there is also a campsite marker now on my compass. So we're going to go ahead to that campsite because it's believed that that will be our destination. Let's see. There's a bear! Hello there! Alright. Okay, so you might have saw that we've now discovered Krovik's camp. So this is the campsite we are looking for. And oh dear lord, I know it all went horribly wrong somewhere. But vampire? Vampire. And another vampire. And oh dear, Lantis. Well, it seems like, unfortunately, they were attacked. And unfortunately, Lantis did not make it, so we can only assume that Lantis is Willow's mother. Unfortunately, she didn't make it. She seemed to have died in the attack, so unfortunately that bad news, but we need to also now find out where they've gone. Is there anything here that will lead us to where they've gone? So search the vampires. Nothing on that one. Nothing of key interest on that one. How about you? Key interest on you. The only thing here is this. So Krovik's knapsack. Okay, so we got a knapsack to look through. So what we got? Alright, okay. So we got I'm sorry and key to Shadow Dwell. Maybe this key belonged to one of the vampires, maybe. And Krovik has put it in his knapsack for keeping, for whatever purpose. I'm not entirely sure. Alright, so we need to have a look at this. We need to look at I'm sorry. I'm sorry, sweetheart, I failed. They attacked in the night and killed your mother. They have taken Daisy and I'm going after them to get her back. They said something about Moldering Ruins, which is near the small town of Warwickstead. Okay, so at least we know where we're going next. But I ask that you do not follow me, as it will be very dangerous and I can't risk losing both of you. Please, sweetheart, take this book to the local authorities so they can send some of the local guards. I know that you will want to follow, but you are not a fighter, you are a healer mage. Please remember to work with the local priests of Arcade, as your mother deserves a proper burial. So yeah, that is so Lantis is definitely Willow's mother. So please take this journal to the guard and tell them to meet me at Moldering Ruins. I promise you that I will bring Daisy back and that they will not harm your little sister. Love, Dad. Okay, so unfortunately Krovik failed, which in turn means that now we have now failed at least saving one of the Auroran family. But not to despair, we still have 2 family members that we can try and save and bring back. But that means now we need to go now to Warwickstead and find Moldering Ruins, which isn't too far away from Warwickstead. So our next destination is Warwickstead. Alright, here we are at Warwickstead. Yeah, my Warwickstead might look a little bit different to your Warwickstead. This is because of another mod I've got installed. But to find Moldering Ruins, we need to go to the west. You can see that symbol on the compass up there in the west. That's our destination. Alright, here we are. Moldering Ruins. So let's have a look. Is there anything around here? Don't seem to be anything on the inside. But there are vampire thralls around here. I'll take that potion. But we do have this. Alright. See what we can find around here. Not any clues.
What was that?
Oh, there seems to be more vampires. Okay, so we've got more vampires. Alright, so anything in here? That might. Anything in here? Really? Take them anyway. Alright, so. Isn't really anything in here that gives any indication to anything. Let's go look around the back. Have a look. Ooh, here we are. Here's something. Okay, so we got Shadow Dwell. Requires keys, but we do have that key to Shadow Dwell. So, just gonna have a look inside. Alright, so. Okay, so we've got some.
Who's there?
Nobody's here.
I knew I
Too
heard
late.
something.
Right. Vampires.
Who's there?
And there's gargoyles. Oh god. Gargoyles. Okay, so we've. Okay, there's many enemies in here. More gargoyles are coming to life. Is that Serranos? No, that's not Serranos gargoyle. Okay. We've definitely got more vampires to deal with. Yep. And more gargoyles. We've got everything in here, man. Alright. Pull the chain, get the door open. We've got in here. More vampires! Oh. The death doggy. Anyone else? A vampire? Oh, another dog there. And there we go. Right. Okay then. So we definitely seem to have uncovered a vampire hideout here. What we got? So we've got vampire raw armor. So let's have a look around now, see if there's anything that gives us a clue to anything. Anything in here? Not really. I'll take that anyway. I don't need that. It's not a clue to anything. So they're eating people, and oh dear. They weren't just eating the grown-ups, they were also feasting on the children. Okay, so these vampires are really pretty evil. Here, farmer, there's an ash pile. It's just some prisoner, farmer, didn't really have anything. Alright, so nothing here, so we've got this gate here, so we've got here. Let's do a sneak. Okay, we've got one vampire over there. Oh, there's two vampires. Alright. Let's go.
What was that? Over here.
Is that one? And who you are? Okay, we found Krovik, who is now unfortunately become a vampire. And he's got a pet. Oh, that's his pet done with. Right. Right. Oh, he even brought the dead child. He brought the dead child back to life.
I'll let you live. This time.
Alright, so unfortunately, once again, we have failed to save an Aurorand. Because Krovik's now a vampire. He's dead. Well, he's dead now, but he was a vampire. Alright, see if he's got anything on him. That will help us. Read it there. Read that. Obviously, he still has his wedding ring, because obviously he was married to Lantis. Sort of leeching. Okay, so he's got nothing on him. Alright, let's see. Anything here that can give us a clue. Fortunately, you can't really do anything because you're technically a corpse. You've just been brought back to life by the vampire. here. Nothing of any significance here. Or here. Ooh, we have another journal. Take that. Alright, so let's have a look at this journal, see if this gives us any clues onto where we need to go. I kept this journal on me just in case if something was to happen to me. Then at least my daughter Willow will have some idea what happened. So if you are reading this, Willow, then please know that I tried, but I failed. Don't worry, buddy, you weren't the only one. They took Daisy away before I could rescue her, and now I don't know where they have taken her. Oh, that's great. They have now also been captured by these bloodsuckers and being held captive. Not anymore. One of the vampires managed to bite me, and now I can feel my body getting weaker, and I believe that I will soon turn into one of them. I do not know what will happen when I turn, but when I do, I will no longer be myself, and I know the lust for blood will consume me. So Willow, if you are reading this, because I know you would have not followed what I said, because I know that you can be stubborn, then please listen to me now. By the time you will read this, then I would have turned, and you will need to kill me, or my bloodlust will stop me from knowing your face, from knowing your name, and from knowing your smile. I know it will be difficult, but it must be done. Also, I've heard the vampires talk about trying to find a woman called Serana. Okay, so they seem to be looking for Serana as well, apparently. They've said something about sending someone to a place called Hollow Crypt. Okay, so we can only assume that that is our next destination. So after you have taken care of me, then please go to this Hollow Crypt and see if there's anything there that may help you bring you one step closer to finding Daisy. I know in my heart that Daisy is still alive, but that she has been taken somewhere else. But now it's up to you to find her and take her to safety. Remember, sweetheart, that your mother and I love you so much. Even though my soul may now be going to Moloch Ball, my love is stronger than the realms of the Daedra, and that your mother will always be looking down on you, guiding and guarding you all the way. Love, Dad. Right, so unfortunately we failed again, but we have a new destination. And that destination is Hollow Crypt. Alright, we are at Hollow Crypt, which is where you obviously normally get Serana from. Well, we've returned here, but at the same time she has also been mentioned by name in that previous journal. So what's going on? Alright, have a look. At the moment, yeah, for me this is going to be empty because I've already been here, I've already taken care of everything in here. And so there's going to be a load of dead people already. So I don't think anything, it's going to be anything there. So, and I don't think anything will go on further on the inside, I don't think. Primarily because I do have to think about other players in this as well. So let's have a look. Let's go and look in the first tower here. What we got? Sword of Despair. Oop. We have a Lucarad vampire. Lucarad? Is it a new vampire clan? Maybe there's a new vampire clan in town. The Lucarad clan, maybe. Alright, let's have a look. So what we got? We have the armor, but we also have Key to Masquerade Court. Alright, that sounds like our next destination. And we have this note. Alright, so you know what you must do. Check out Hollow Crypt and the recent Vigilant activity. Get information from the Vigilants on what they were searching for. Kill any survivors. If Serana is found, which I've already found Serana, bring her back to Mara's Eye Pond. Okay, so that's where we're going next. There will be a couple of clan members on guard. Then bring her into Masquerade Keep. as Vaughn is waiting to speak to her first. Okay, so we've got Vaughn. Who's Vaughn? Remember, failure is not an option in this task. We have others out searching, but Vaughn is still expecting results. Daisy. Okay, so now Daisy is now working with the vampires. Now, is that because she is a vampire herself? Or is it just because she's become one of the thralls and is basically seduced by the vampires? You know, the vampires are using their powers of illusion, seduction and all that jazz. But there is still hope for Daisy. There is still hope. But that means now we need to go to Mara's Eye Pond. Right, here we are. This is Mara's Eye Pond. So I'll show you where it is. So here we are, Mara's Eye Pond. It's just basically southwest of Windhelm. You'll see it on, you'll know where it is on the map because you can see on the mountain side here. There's kind of like little lake kind of thing. Just put a marker there, and if you haven't discovered this location already, and then there we are. That's there, Mara's Eye Pond. But there's nothing here. There's no keep, there's no castle, there's no anything like that. But if you go to the centre of the island, Mara's Eye Den. Alright, what have we got in here then? So it did say that there might be 2 guards, possibly, out guarding the place. There's one. Alright, so we're just gonna shut up. That's one, but it did say that there was a couple. Hey man, fire. And in the back of the head. Right, that's the guard sorted. So obviously there's still no keeping here or anything like that. But we do have this. Masquerade Court. Alright, and it looks like this place is our destination. Ooh. Very dark, very waterfally. Having fun there, Serrano. Alright, let's go through here. What have we got? What have we got? What have we got? Ooh. Oh. We've definitely found our destination. Masquerade Castle. Alright, so let's prepare for this. Alright. Oh, they're all sat down for dinner. There's quite a fair few there.
The clans have it right. Hunting so chancy.
Five vampires to deal with here. Oh dear.
A few thralls. Blood whenever you want it.
I'm gonna aim at that guy over there. On the minute. Screw it.
Never should have.
Take down some more of these vampires. Well, the ambush didn't quite work. Ow! First, it was you. Ah. There's even more of you. There's vampires everywhere. They're everywhere. Alright. Okay. This is no longer an ambush. This is a storming. This is a storming of the castle. Alright, take out any other vampires you find. Who else is there? Anyone up here? Yeah, you. Screw you. And screw you. And screw you. Alright, anyone else? Anyone else? Screw over here.
And you thought I was just a pretty face.
No, but everyone's been restaurants. No. No. god, there's a lot of vampires. Who's that? Who are you?
Oh, I can smell your blood.
You're dead either way. Yeah, where is Serana?
Where'd you come from?
Oh, found Daisy. Okay. We found Daisy. So unfortunately she was someone who didn't make it either. Okay, so yeah, we completely failed. We've completely failed this mission. But I suppose we might also see what Daisy has on her. Okay, so what she got? So ring up stream magicka? Yeah, why not? Nah, I don't need that. I'll take Daisy Garrus. But she does have a unique weapon. Shadow Strike. Absorb 10 points of health. Target takes 30 points of frost damage to health and stamina. Alright, so we'll take that. Alright. Yeah, she seems to be... Yeah, Serana seems to be a little bit broken. She's followed me inside, but she seems to be a little bit broken because she's still sneaking for some reason. I don't know why. Alright. Oh dear. It's a bloody mess, isn't it? Alright. So we still got one marker to go. We got more to feed, so... Oh. Dude. It's grim. Alright. So let's have a look around the castle now. Well, we've obviously failed. We failed the Aurorans. Daisy's dead. Krovik's dead. Lantis is dead. The only one that's still alive is bloody Willow. She's the only one who's managed to survive. So, yeah, all in all, we failed. We have failed. But we're going to see what else there is around this place. See what information we can find out. Because we still need to find out what exactly is going on with these vampires. What were these vampires doing? What was, what was their plans? What was their end goal? So we need, we need to find out what that is, so we can at least put a stop to that. Ugh. Bloody blood everywhere. Alright, what have we got? Alright, we seem to have some kind of ritual chamber or something over here. Seems to be some kind of... Would you die silently, thank you? Oh. Okay, well, we don't know what's going on with this at the moment. But there does appear to be a naked lady on that table. Oh my. Okay, well, we found all... Well, I don't know, it seems to be like some kind of mass... Well, I can't even really call it... You can't really call it a grave, can you? But obviously they definitely seem to have been dumping all the bodies. Few more... okay, so something's been going on. And there are even very little people in there, so I don't know if it wasn't... It seems to be like that. It wasn't just women that were being dumped in there. But those people are even too small to even be classed as children, so maybe babies. Maybe the vampires were killing babies and dumping the babies for some purpose, for some reason. That we don't, but we don't know what that reason is yet. Alright, it's kind of. But we still have to find Von Lucarad. We still gotta find Von Lucarad, who seems to be basically the head of this place. Got a bunch of stuff here. Nothing to give anything away here. Alright, I'll stand this way. Big eye, gargoyle. How about you? I don't know what you are. It's a gargoyle statue. More gargoyles. No one gonna come alive though.
Is someone there?
9. Wait. Alright, Von Lucarad. Alright, so we'll take out Von Lucarad now. Found him.
This is your last mistake.
He's a brute of a man.
I'll have your head.
Oh, no, you're not going to need the potion to heal yourself, Von Lucarad. That is not allowed, Von Lucarad. Alright, so that's it. Managed to take down Von Lucarad. You have anything on him that I could use? Anything to give us any information? No, nothing for information, but he does have this Impaler. Ooh, shiny. Absorbs 5 points of health, burns the targets for 25 points, targets on fire take extra damage. If the target dies within 5 seconds, fills the soul gem. Alright, well we're going to take that. Don't need any of this stuff. None of that stuff's going to be useful to me, I don't think. Honest. Okay. Got anything else? Oh, we have a gargoyle. Oh, I hit Serrano. No, she's fine. Okay. Nothing up there. Anything around here? No. Okay, what about this side over here? Let me go over here. Ah! God damn it. Everybody. Die, you bastard. Alright. But we do have this journal. Alright, so maybe this will tell us what's going on. We have agreed to help this Harkon find his lost daughter, Serana. Okay, so they were working with the Volkahars, or planned to. But I wish to see this Serana first, as I have plans of my own. I know of the tales of the Volkahar clan, but it is the blood that runs through Serana's veins that interests me. So as I continue to wait for my lovelies to find and bring the Serana back to me, I continue to look into the power that the Volkahar clan has. Okay, so his lovelies. I know their power lays within their pure blood and their daughters of Cold Harbor, in which they are seeking for. I know that we do not have any of these daughters with us, but I plan to use Serana's blood to help with creating my own daughters of Cold Harbor. I'm not too sure if he knows how daughters of Cold Harbor directly work. I don't know. I've looked into the ritual of the daughters of Cold Harbor, but I will not give what belongs to me to Moloch Bowl. You're gonna fail already at the beginning there, mate. You're already gonna fail at the beginning there. Maybe this guy has a superiority complex or something. For if anyone is to take what belongs to me, either be it by request or violation, then they must answer to me first. Yeah, this guy's got a god complex or something, or megamaniac or something like that. Basically, not good. After all, I always have the first bite or touch. I will look into ways that I can make them pure-blooded, if we fail at finding Serana. Until then, we shall continue to feast the way we do, and continue to capture our human cattle. Okay, so this guy has obviously got some issues with himself, whether it's mental or if it's just superiority complex. Only one of my lovelies today has brought me a young woman called Daisy for me to feast on. After all, I am very partial to Breton blood, especially the blood of the young. This Daisy does seem to be very feisty for an 18-year-old. Okay, so at least we know how old Daisy was. At least she wasn't too fucking goddamn young, goddamn. At least she wasn't still a bloody child. For some reason, I feel like that she may be more of an asset to us than a meal, despite that I lust for her blood. So I will turn her to our side, and if she doesn't do it willingly, then it will do it by force. I don't like this guy. I don't like this Von Lukrad. It seems that my lovelies have failed at finding Samrana. Yeah, that's because she's with me. So screw you. As they have now been gone for many days. Obviously this disappoints me, but I do not fear, as I know my blood is strong and I will do the ritual myself. Well, you're not going to get a daughter of Cold Harbor that way. I will perform the ritual for Moloch Bowl, and he will respect my authority. Yep, superiority complex. I will perform the ritual on Daisy first. For there will be one of three outcomes. Either she will die, she will become a daughter of Cold Harbor, or she will become one of my lovelies, but either way she will bend to my will, or be forced to lay there as I use her to gain Moloch Ball's praise. Yeah, thank God we killed this guy. This guy sucks. This guy really, really sucks. And obviously he's got the whole ritual of the daughters of Cold Harbor completely wrong. Well, it seems to be that the ritual was not a success. Well, no shit. But to neither was it a failure. Daisy did not die, but she has become one of us. Though unfortunately not as a daughter of Cold Harbor. Now, I do not know why this is. Did it not please Moloch Ball? Was it because she was a virgin? Well, I will not falter at the first hurdle. I will continue until I succeed. No matter how many women I must rape and violate to gain the gift of a daughter of Cold Harbor, for my lust for this gift is just as strong as my lust for their bodies and their blood. Yeah, thank God this guy is fucking dead. I have given it a few days for my lovelies to bring me back women to be vessels of the ritual, but they have also been bringing women who are bearing unborns. Babies. These women will not do for the ritual, so I'll have the unborns removed and dumped, as the blood of newborns is unsavory on my tongue. Oh, this guy was all kinds of fucking messed up. What must I do to gain Moloch Ball's favor? I don't know. Fucking do it the way that it's supposed to be bloody done, but even then that still sucks. Every woman who I use as a tool, every woman who loins I must violate, every young and mature frame I must destroy to gain Moloch Ball's favor, do not survive and do not even turn, and now their lifeless bodies fester in the pit of the unwanted and decayed. Yeah, it's time to call it quits, mate. Stop kidnapping women, raping those women, doing cesareans on the women who have children, or basically pregnant, and then ripping the babies from out of their bodies, dumping the fucking babies in the bloody pit of a whole load of other dead people, leaving the babies to die. God, this guy sucks. This guy is seriously, it's all kinds of all messed up. With every woman I must go through, only one ever seems to understand my vision. Daisy continues to offer herself to me either willingly or unwillingly. So even though Daisy is kind of suddenly now sort of a bit infatuated with Von Lukrad, he still rapes her anyway. What the? This guy was just fucking bad. Until the time arises that I succeed, Daisy continues to quench my thirst and quell my desires, and continues to offer her body and her breast to me. Oh, thank God this guy's fucking dead. This guy's gone. Oh, he's over there. Yeah, you fucking suck. Thank God you are fucking dead, mate. Oh, that guy sucks. Alright. So we found out what they were doing. and we found out what that room downstairs was, what those bodies were, what everything was. So Von Lugerad was obviously wanting to create Daughters of Cold Harbor, which you can look up how Daughters of Cold Harbor are, what a Daughter of Cold Harbor is. But basically, to sum it up in simple terms, it's basically they are pure-blooded vampires, and a Daughter of Cold Harbor is basically, effectively, quote, created when a follower of Cold Harbor, primarily a woman, gives themselves to Molag Bal, the Daedric Prince, in which then Molag Bal basically rapes that woman, and in turn they become a pure-blooded vampire or a Daughter of Cold Harbor. But Von Lugerad was obviously got it all bloody absolutely wrong, and obviously with his superiority complex, god complex, megalomania, whatever you want to bloody call it, would capture women, rape these women to try and create a Daughter of Cold Harbor, but he wouldn't give them to Molag Bal, he would do it himself. He did it to Daisy, he did it to many other women, he even did it to women who were pregnant, but then he he did cesarean, took out the babies and just dumped the babies and left them to die. And then the women who didn't survive, they've all just been dumped into that one pit without dignity or anything like that. And it's all just all horrible aspects of absolutely wrong. And in turn, at the end of this, do we have an happy ending? No, we don't. The ending is not happy. Lantis, dead. Krovik, dead. Daisy, dead. The only one who survived was Willow. But even then, she wasn't even around when all this happened. So, don't know. You know, we can't go back to Willow now. We can't go say to her, "Oh, sorry, Willow, all your family are dead. We had to kill them all." Or and also just let you know, your little sister, who's 18 years old, was raped by a vampire. It's not a happy ending or whatsoever. But I suppose that's what happens where darkness dwells. Hey, I know in this video we did touch on some subjects that could be seen as sensitive subjects, such as rape or the death of young children, or babies as well, young children, and you know, it's not very nice things, terrible things, and things that people shouldn't have to go through. So I will be leaving links in the description below to some sites that I find. So if you have gone through any of this yourself, and that you are, you know, it is having a lasting effect on you, and you're struggling to cope, or you just need someone to talk to, whether it be someone who knows more about these subjects than I do, or who has gone through it themselves and are willing to help people who are going through the same situation. I will leave links to these sites below for you. So then you don't have to feel alone. So then you don't have to feel like that you have to go through the struggle yourself. And that there are people out there you can talk to, and who can help you, whether it be in a more practical way, or if it's just by talking. So be safe out there, and remember that in any situation that seems like there is no light at the end of the road, that seems to be shrouded in darkness and leaves you in a spot of vulnerability or depression, sadness, and all those things that nobody should really ever have to go through. Just remember that there are people out there who you can talk to and who will help you.